this matchup has mattered all. A live look between the hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Georgia Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. His running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity, and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. The Bulldogs offense will go to work first. The Bulldogs pulled one out of the fire and beat Auburn in a close one the last time these two met.
Yeah, it was a really good one in the Deep South's oldest rival. We've seen so many great games in this matchup, and that was one of them. But Georgia came away with it, and Auburn got to think about that for a whole year.
Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want...
Finding some room. Picks up the first down. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the +42.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there was a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man in Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back.
Back to pass, it's Stockton. Got it in the middle, it's Humphreys. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Gonna run it. It's Phillips. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Frazier. There he goes. He's short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Reads it, fires complete. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great catch and run for 6.
Boy, wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Auburn Tigers offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And we get our first look at Jeremiah Cobb. Both these teams love to keep it on the ground, and they have guys who can carry the load.
Well, I think the reason these two teams are in the top 25, the biggest reason, is because of these running backs. These guys are electrifying. They can hurt you running it. They can hurt you catching it. They're one play away, David, from scoring a touchdown. You just hold your breath every single time these guys got the rock.
So advantage to the defense then, right? Because they practice against a great running back every day. You know, like you're used to seeing it. You're used to greatness and to play.
Turning it on! Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
The sure hands, it's Johnson. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Brown wants to pass. He's got his man across the middle. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Trying play action. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Phillips. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
The give, running right, it's Frazier. Still on. There's a crease. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. Their top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. The run inside. It's Cobb. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Auburn lines up quickly. Off-play action. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. Brown will throw it. Fires to the big fella. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Right back to the well. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game.
And he's just been so patient. He's following his blocks, letting it all develop in the front of it, and then bursting through. And they were only in the first half.
Third down play from the gun. Fires quickly. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Here's a give to Frazier. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've reached the end of 1. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Lets it go. Connection to the right. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Dogs pick up the 1st down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Wants to throw it again. He's got him. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
It's complete. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Running inside. It's Phillips. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had zero answers.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. This time he wants to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Tight end now in motion. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Grab behind the line. It's Singleton. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Brown wants to pass. A little release to the back. He's stopped right at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for a first down. It'll be 4th. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Georgia sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Nice.
Okay, Holly. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Handoff for Frazier. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. On target to the left. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's Stockton. It's complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to get it through the air. Flips it out to the back. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. The Bulldogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one.
Ready. Black 14. Black 14.
On the snap, it's Frazier. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And these plays are so hard to stop, man. You're giving your elite speed guys a chance to get to the edge in the most crowded part of the field. So it wasn't a home run, it wasn't a touchdown, but you like those little positive gains that makes the next down more manageable, and you like getting your playmakers in space.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll move the tight end. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. I'll bet he keeps an eye on that play clock this time. It's 2nd and 6. The RPO, it's complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
It's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw at Stockton. He's got it on the move. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another. He's going for the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Let's go to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the Tigers sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to get more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Guys?
Okay, Holly. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Quickly out to the tight end. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go, it'll be fourth down. Georgia using its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Takes it on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Stockton. Looking for a big play. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Pressure coming. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, wait, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Us big guys can get it done, too.
The sure hands, it's Johnson. Pulled down for the tackle. This will likely be the last play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Colorado taking on the number 7 team, the Utah Utes. And it's the Utes on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates. And while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC. Now back to your game at Sanford Stadium at Athens.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll return it. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Oh, look what I found. That's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Hey, guys, checking in with the Tigers head coach. He is very pleased with his defense right now. As you know, this quarterback that they're facing has got so much hype and so much attention, but they have been able to contain him in the first half. They get the ball here to start the second. We'll see if this defense can keep up that same momentum and shut down that quarterback here in the third. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Auburn lines up quickly. They'll run play action. A strike downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Brown will throw it. Slings it downfield. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half, this is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football, but that's a great start to this second half.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Auburn going to work with another first down.
Here we go. 496.
The run inside. It's Cobb. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
We'll send the tight end in motion. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Skips away from pressure. It's a fumble on the play. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. To the air on second down. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Brown wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Georgia sideline, there is so much excitement from these players. This has turned into somewhat of a shootout. The offenses continue to score, but I have seen some of the defensive players say, we have got to turn it up right now. We'll see if the offense can answer again or if the defense starts to make a statement. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
And man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards and good things are happening.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Now he's looking to throw it. Fires to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to throw. It's Stockton. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. He wants to change this route. Shotgun snap on third down. He makes the grab. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Running inside. It's Phillips. Eighth play of the drive coming up. Wants to fire on second down. Dangerous throw there. This knocked down and incomplete.
Well, defense wasn't fooled on that pass play. Great job by the defender knocking it away.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete. Offense has gained momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
This is an offense that takes a lot of pride in their third down execution. They've done an outstanding job of that here in this drive. They've got the lead. We're in the third quarter. And they're thinking to themselves, we can ice this thing if we can score another touchdown. We can put so much pressure on the opponent if we keep converting these third downs. Really good job there by the QB in this offense.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Frazier again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
You can tell, man, really made a point for this offense to run the football, to be physical and defensively. Already getting behind in this football game, not stopping the run on this drive. They've got to get more aggressive. They've got to get more physical on that line of scrimmage.
On target. Touchdown, Dogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown will throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Auburn to the line in a hurry. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4th. Punt is in the air. catches it at the 15. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Let's go down to the sideline and how they roll.
Here on the Bulldogs sideline, there is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating. This is what they expected from him, and he has gotten them off to a terrific start. They've got the lead, and he has performed well. No big surprise. He is their guy, and he is showing that leadership down here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. He'll try it again. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Phillips.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to throw, it's Stockton. With the catch, it's Phillips. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And they got the completion, but still looking at a third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
The defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw again. Pocket breaking down. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Catch in the middle, it's Kane. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Forced out of the pocket. Gets away from one, finds some space. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Auburn lines up quickly.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket.
Ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays. And when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering it? Great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
Finds his man down the middle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And the Dogs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Fires left. He makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia! You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win. The Dogs are starting to hunker down, and they are sinking their teeth into the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
And the red and black going crazy, the fans going nuts, and Georgia has dominated this rivalry of late. Auburn fans are sick and tired of the Dogs. Man, they got to do something about it.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. That's just inexcusable. A delay of game penalty there, and now it is 2nd and a mile and a half. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. Brown wants to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Throws for the tight end. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
That's caught. It's Frazier.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Lining up for the PAT. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown will throw it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there and getting the sack.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down. The give on the option. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. The kick is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Oh, they're after him, and down he goes. It is Georgia taking home the W in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.